Hey, how's it going, guys? I saw this comment the other day asking what to get. One 8GB RAM stick or two 4GB RAM sticks? The answer is going to be different for each person. Having two 4GB RAM sticks, which is called dual channel when you have two RAM sticks installed on your PC, performs a little better in games by a few frames. In some games like Far Cry 4, takes a better advantage of dual channel by an average of 5 frames. That's not bad actually, and I'll have a benchmark video in the description for you to check out. If you have an APU, or accelerated processor unit, you'll notice more of a boost. APUs are basically CPUs integrated with like a graphics card made by AMD, and they're cheap. So having a dual channel is more beneficial than a single RAM stick. But now here's why I would recommend one 8GB RAM stick. Let's say you want to upgrade in the future to get 16 gigs of RAM. You can get another 8GB RAM stick, and then you'd have a dual channel there. It's also worth considering if your motherboard only has 2 RAM slots, because if you already bought two 4GB RAM sticks, you're pretty much full, unless in the future you need to get 16 gigs, and then at that point you'd have to buy two different 8GB RAM sticks and then try to sell off the two 4GB sticks you have. What I'm trying to say is that planning ahead will save you time in the future. Now, some of you might be wondering, why would you ever consider 16 gigs when many people say that 8 is a standard and enough to play AAA titles? Yes, 8 gigs of RAM is enough to play pretty much all AAA titles, except for Battlefield 1. For that game, it's recommended to have 16 gigs of RAM, and the minimum is 8. By the way, I was stunned when I first saw that because 8 gigs of RAM has always been the standard, but I do believe that we're getting to the point where more games will take advantage of 16 gigs within the next year or so, and eventually 16 will become the standard and sweet spot for gaming. That's just my take on it. Well, I hope this video helps you out, and I'll put 2 benchmark videos in the description that should show the difference between dual channel and single channel, one for regular performance and the other for APUs. Thanks for watching.